Okay, I think we might be live. Let's double check that. Oop. Doing the thing. Okay, great. Seems like it's working. Let's check the sound real quick. Anyway. I'm gonna fix all this stuff today. Oh, looks like most of it's set by default. It's great. I mean, OBS shows everything fine. I just like to check YouTube. Can I? Oh well, whatever. I'll try one more time. Here we go. Can I? I can hear me, that's great. I think you should be able to hear my background music too. If you can't, you can have your own. But right now I'm using this. It is Creative Commons licensed on YouTube, and I believe this is all the attribution I need to give. No idea what these songs are, but they sound okay. Alright, so today I'm going to be... I've been itching to make a game. So today I'm going to be making a game using Godot. I've been playing around with it, spent about 14 hours messing with it. And I think I can make something relatively simple and quick. So anyway, here's my idea. I'm going to create a game that exists on OpenStreetMap. So the idea is you type in your zip code, wherever that might be. That's the zip code, right? Hey, it is. There we go. Not in the US, but hey. Wherever you're at, you just type it in, and it generates a level at that map location. Or maybe you want to be in, I don't know, Tampa, Florida. Maybe it's just Tampa. Okay. Your interface is a bit confusing. But yeah, so set up a level in Tampa or something. And I mean, I'm not going to deal too much with zoom levels. You know what I could do? I could pick a specific zoom level and then just pick a random GPS coordinate. That might be interesting. Like when you put in an address, like when you put in the city, like when you put in Tampa, Florida, it's going to pick the city center, but then you just pick a specific zoom level and a random offset from the city center, so you get some variety. And it's actually someplace in Tampa. So like using this as a level would be kind of interesting. I think I'll leave this up as kind of inspiration. Kind of remind myself what I'm doing. And the other part of my plan, I was trying to find some good maps I could use that were free to use. But I'm not really seeing anything. Like I found that some that works for tabletop, but they don't really give any specific licensing. I don't know if I'm allowed to make money off of it. I don't know if I'm allowed to... thought about using this. Actually, I might still do that. The National Gallery of Art through their collection. But for now, I'm going to use a search engine because I think it's going to be easier and it's going to be zany. Oh gosh. Wow. Anyway, I think this would be really fun, but it's going to take some more data. I'm afraid it'll take more data cleaning than what I want to do right now because I'm hoping to get done in a few hours. We'll see how it goes. But here's my plan for now. This might not work. My idea is to do image searches and to specify public domain. Oh wow, okay. Okay, there you go. So obviously most of these are probably not public domain, but they're showing up under the public domain category as opposed to all licenses. And I find that even though they're not really public domain, slightly more conducive. Anyway, we're gonna use these images in the oh, that's a funny one. We're gonna use these images in a fun way. Yeah, we're gonna use these previews here. I don't want to give that all away though. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so that's the plan. Use those two. This is OpenStreetMap stuff. Right. So I'm supposed to tell you about their copyright. It's yeah. So we have to credit them, and here's the copyright. And I'm supposed to give a link to the license. Oh no, the copyright notice. Okay. So here it is. So for purposes of this video, we've covered the license. The video game's gonna have to do that too. Anyway, so I've got Godot installed. So I'm just gonna open that up real quick. My terminal. Oh, you know what? I'd like to put my terminal where you can see it, but it won't be in my way. I don't think there's a way to do that. Okay. Version 4, we're not going to bother with the mono version because I haven't tried it yet. Realistically, if you're going to make a... I tried making a fun game earlier, and what I realized was, yeah, there's a lot you can do in Godot. It'll like help you do a lot of the graphical stuff easier. But if you're trying to do anything complicated, you need your own class system. You can't use GDScript. What are we going to call this? I thought I didn't come up with a clever name. Here. Close enough. What do you like? Versatile. Maps. There we go. Oh, I don't want those words in it. No, I want to use synonyms. Hobbies, juxtaposition. I'm versatile. I mean, I want to just use those words. Not quite clever enough. But that might work. Juxtamap. RP Juxto. Common misspelling. Great. Oh, A instead of O there. Right there. Okay. That's really quiet. Actor instance of juxtaposing, or the state of being juxtaposed. Synonyms are good synonyms right here in the dictionary. Nearness of objects with no delimiter. Emphasis given to a comparison. Side-by-side comparison. Abutment. RPG Abuttal, that's the name. Abuttle's definitely part of the name. So that's staying. Fine, there's that word. Mashup. I mean, that's another word for it. Yeah, this is really what it is. It's a mashup. RPG, mashup RPG. I think the word abuttal is basically a synonym. Role-playing game. I could say Mother Abuttal, but no one would get it. Earth Abuttal. Lair Abuttal, no one's gonna get that. Lair. I don't know, you gotta have a good name. Here. This is it. Okay. Role-playing video games. I'm trying to think of the word for the genre. Tabletop live action video game. Well, that's, yeah. Okay, so here we go. Action RPG, dungeon crawl. That might be it. Dungeon a bottle, monster a bottle. Monster taming is a subgenre of games that significantly resemble Pokemon. Hint, hint. Roguelike, it's not really true. It's not, well, it's kind of procedurally generated. It's not tactical. No, it's not going to be an action RPG. Okay, combat. Oh, I didn't realize that the ARPG is like not the original. Faxandu? It is going to be turn-based. I'm going to come up with a name quickly. Game name generator, here we go. Tornado Battle. Frontier of Unity. Genius a Battle. The Savage Key. I like that actually. Let's just use that name. This is really annoying. Proj, Godot. Create folder. Yeah, we'll capitalize it. No, well, no, let's not. Okay. Browse. Do I really have to make the folder now? Oh, come on, don't browse there. Browse. What did we call it again? Jeez. New folder. When you use the terminal, trust me, the name you choose for a directory is really important. Okay, yeah, that's easy to type. We're using git, create and edit. Of course, it's not going to add git for me, so we'll do that too. Oops. Here we go. New project. Okay. Great. Now this is going to be a 2D game. I never thought about the player character, but we need one, don't we? Well, we'll do that later. Let's start out with something else. Let's add the main node. We're just going to call it node. Create. We don't really need a main node yet, but we do need something. Let's get rid of this. Don't save. Let's figure out what we want. And this music is kind of getting annoying at this point. I'll just turn it down. There we go. So. What I want to do. Yeah, the words is annoying, actually, for this process. Let's fix that. Let's go back. Instrumental. Filters. Creative Commons. Drum beats are normally not relaxing. I don't know why they say that. I mean, that's clearly not. Here, let's filter by length as well. That's going to make it easier. Over 20 minutes. Yeah. How's that? Well, I can't hear it because I turned my volume down. I turned my headphones down. That's doable. The use case is different, but it's certainly charming music. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Turn my headphones down. I don't want it too loud for y'all either. So anyway. Too loud for me now. Okay. We are gonna have some rebuttal here. Okay. So, I need to be able to generate the map, and then I need to be able to generate the, this is a harder task than I thought at first. I'm gonna have a player character though. I'm gonna go ahead and design one. Kind of moving all around it. Let's do that. New, it's gonna be 64x. To be honest with you, I'd probably be better off doing this with an SVG. Advanced options. All right, good enough. Let's create a path. Actually, you know what? We could nub. Size is going to be 64. Choose black and white. Barely see that. Let's do snap to canvas edges. I don't know why that's not the default. Zoom out. Okay. There's that. Now I want to change this to 62. And then let's add the layer map. Where's the layer stuff? Oh, here it is. Layer mask. Full opacity. Full transparency. Just black. We're going to use white for this then. No. Got that backwards. Let's do that again. Layer mask. Full opacity. Okay, we need to make it smaller than that. That's perfect right there. All right, this is our character. Apply layer mask. We're done with it. Next, let's get away from this tool so we don't accidentally do something silly. Let's colorize it. Where's my preview? Split view. Okay. I don't understand why it's not working. Okay, now it's working. Oh, it's because it's so dark in the first place. Let's change it to white. Let's colorize it to white, first of all. Probably should have done it to begin with. Colorize. I don't know how this works exactly. Something to do with having an odd collar is making it harder. Anyway. Let's have the player be blue. Lighter is nice because it'll be easier to see, I think. Okay. That's our player character. Save. We don't really need the XCF, it's not a complicated image. Proj. Godot. Average key. See, back to the terminal. Okay, directory, assets, art. Player.png. Wait, player x64.png. 64x? I think it's better. Sure. Alright, goodbye GIMP. Discard changes. We can just open the PNG if we need to. Again, there's nothing complicated about it. Okay. So let's start with a player, huh? Now the player is going to be a 2D area. Okay, because we want to be able to have collisions, I think. Add child node. It's not going to be an animation. It's going to be just a sprite. Okay, texture. I think I can just pull that asset in. Art. Boom, drag and drop. Perfect. That's the character. Add child node. Collision. This is stuff I just learned the other day, so it's quite fresh in my mind. We want to use a shape that's circular. Okay. Zoom in so we can see well. And believe it or not, that's not centered exactly. I actually don't care much, to be quite honest. It doesn't have to be perfect. No one will know. It's our dirty little secret. Well, let's name this thing before we save it. Player. Player.tscn. I like having the TSCNs in a special folder. Scenes. It's helpful to separate it that way. I don't know if I want to put scripts in a separate folder or not. I guess so. We can change things around. We'll figure it out. Okay, so there's the player. Great. Could go ahead and make the movement script for them now. Okay. Okay. As it said, ready is... I'll just go ahead and leave that helper text there for now. Ready is called to start it when it's added to the scene tree. In other words, when it's possible for it to be visible. And then process is called every frame. We're going to hide it when it's visible. And then we're going to have, or when it goes in the scene tree, we're going to immediately hide it so it's not seen. And then we also want to have a start function, which gets it ready to go. So it's going to show the player on the screen. Because in the beginning, yeah. Anyway. In the beginning, we might not want to show the player. Okay, so. What I want to do is update the position when the player moves. Let's go to the project settings and set up some inputs. Input mapping. Move up. Move down. Move left. Right. Mapping. We're going to use up. Oops. Can't use the keyboard here. I have to use the mouse, which is frustrating, but understandable. What would the blind programmer do? Left. I guess they do it. I guess they'd have to edit the file, which is an alternative, editing the scene file or the project file or whatever. Up, down, left, right. Okay. We're gonna have some other input as well, but this is what we need for right now. And you know what? This is not really very creative logic. I don't need to do anything special. I have this variable called speed. Default's going to be 100 pixels per second. And you can see it gets exported here. Because I have the export keyword, it gets exported to the editor here, so you can adjust it in the editor. Wonder what happens if I adjust it here, what happens? Okay, it doesn't modify the file, it just modifies the... Okay, cool. Great. Now I'm not going to copy all this stuff myself. What I am going to do is open a previous project tutorial I did. Tutorial. Player. No. Godot script. Here we go. They had some cleverness in how they did it. And there was some intricacy to it. I don't want to relearn everything right now. I'm just going to use it. That's all looking good. Screen size is not declared. You know what? I'm not going to learn how to handle maps right now. I will do that later. The screen size was declared this way. I want to have Vim mode here. There's a way to do it, I think. Our screen size is a vector 2. Okay. Great. So briefly, you know, first we define their direction. We take the velocity variable and first we set their direction. And say, hey, they're going this direction, that direction. Actually, you know what? I know this isn't designed to be imperative, but it might be helpful if we actually make this. Let's make this declarative. I think it's worth the effort. Basically, we're making everything sort of constants. Sort of. Not quite. I mean, it's not that kind of language, but this is really deciding the direction of the player, right? They're moving one unit in the X direction, left or right, or they're moving one unit in the Y direction, left or right, right? Okay. If the direction is not 0, okay, we don't have any animation, so we can skip that part. We may want it later. Okay, velocity is 0. Velocity equals, actually, we have something better to set it to. Direction times speed. Okay. If velocity at length is greater than 0. Else we stop it. Okay, else we stop the animation. Okay, I think we can do that calculation no matter what. I hope the greater than 0 thing is not a guard against normalized failing. But it shouldn't fail. Alright, we don't need the animation anymore. That simplifies things. There we go. And the position is the velocity times the delta, because we've been moving at this speed for this amount of time since the last frame was processed. So basically this process function is used to calculate the player position for a frame. So if we're doing it 30 times a second, if we're calling it 30 times a second, that means that math, 30 times a second, there's 60, well, yeah. So a second divided by 30, 1,000 milliseconds divided by 30, right? It's called 30 times a second. It's getting called every 33 milliseconds. So that means that their delta is going to be approximately 33 milliseconds. Although it's probably in seconds, which would be divided by 1,000. Yeah, 0.03 seconds passed. And so basically we move it to exactly match the speed. Now the great thing about using this delta calculation like this is if a frame is slower or longer than it should be, we'll still calculate the correct position based on their velocity. So if one frame is super slow, it doesn't mess anything up. Well, even if every frame is slow, it doesn't really mess everything up. Like the player speed will not be controlled by the frame rate. So that's what this delta is for. Or this delta is used to correct that. Yeah, because without this delta, what you basically have to do is you have to assume that one, basically you would say times 1, right? That's the default. If you leave nothing, it's times 1. And what times 1 actually means, when the delta is 1, it basically means that the speed is 100 pixels per frame, right? But it's not, it's 100 pixels per second, right? And this delta is a time in seconds, right? 100 pixels per second. Delta is the number of seconds that it passed, which is probably less than 1 second. So it's going to be a decimal number. And so now we have, okay, they've been moving at this velocity for this long. This is where they are now, because we're adding to the current position, right? And then we're clamping it so we stay on the screen. What I probably would like to do here at this point is scroll the camera. There goes. Right now we're not going to allow the map to be bigger than the screen, but eventually I do want to get to the point where the map is an arbitrary size. I'm related to the screen size. Mainly related to the amount of memory you have. Okay, so something we didn't cover. The area 2D is this player class extends area 2D, which extends a 2D node. And 2D nodes have this property called, or this method called getViewportRect. Really, it is a property. We're grabbing the size from that. The viewport_rect consists of the size and also the position of the screen. So basically, this is how you know where the screen is on the monitor. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so there's some text down here you can't see very well because of where my hands are. But overall, I think this whole situation of having this keyboard here, I like it. We'll see how it goes. You can see what I'm doing anyway. See where my mind is to some extent. Okay. Okay, so that's good. The player should be working now. Although we don't really have any way to test it. I forgot to hook something up to the collision thing. Maybe I don't need to. The sprite's fine, I'll hook that up fine. I don't know, maybe it'll work fine. Okay. So there's the player. We're gonna go ahead and save it because source control is good. Whoa. CD, here. Oops. Add. Actually, I'm going to add it all as one thing. Assets. Okay, I need to remove the imports. Start an import. Yep. Add player. Token. Let's not get hung up on words right now. Okay, so we're done with the player. Let's close it. And then we need to add, well, okay, so I want to have bad guys, but I actually don't want to have them be, how do I do this? Okay, so let me look at how I did it in another project here real quick. Project list. So I've been working in Outpost Uncharted. Hopefully I won't show anything unlicensed. I have some art I've been using just to get up and running quickly, but I did not license. I don't know what the license is. And apparently I'm showing that right now. There we go. I just wanted to get up and running quickly, and I need to build my own. Like, I want to take this game seriously, so I'm going to build my own art at some point. So here, the main thing I want to pull from this is I'm instantiating a person and putting them at a specific place, because this isn't the player, by the way. It's just an NPC. But the idea is I want people walking around, and I want an unspecified number of them. It's not hard coded how many. So I created my scene file and I load it, and then I create my sprite, and I can configure any settings I want, and then I add the child. Add it to the. This is going to add it to the scene tree. Okay. It's going to add it as a child of this node. And this node is in the scene tree, so that implicitly adds it to the scene tree. Okay, so this is what I want to do. This is my coolness that I want. I'm going to bring this out where I can see it. Oh. Pop out. Yep, float it out. There we go. Get over here. Actually, to be quite honest, I wish I could open two at once. Let's do that. Opening two of them is going to make it harder, but hey. Here we go. Let's open a second copy. Savage key. It takes a long time to load this thing, but I guess in compared to Visual Studio, it's not really that long. It just doesn't show stuff very quickly. Okay, so the player's not going to do this. We're going to have another node called game. It's just going to be a node. Game. Resource. Game object. Let's call it that. Okay. Add child node. No. We just want to attach a script. Okay. Yes. And then, before we forget, let's save this thing as a scene. It doesn't have ready and whatnot. I guess... I guess it does have those. Yeah, it's a node, right. These comments really are annoying after about an hour of learning how to use the thing. I wish I could get rid of that easily. Now then, what I want to copy here is the script code. Always on top. Perfect, now I can see. Except not quite perfect. Let's get this out of the way. Make that floating as well. Boom. Side by side. Okay. Var, it's not really it's a template. That's what it is. Enemy. Enemy preloads. Oh yeah, let's just call it templates. Okay, so we're gonna call this first one enemy. preload template. I don't like this plural, but whatever. Templates enemy.tscn. Okay, we'll have to create that file. Why is it erroring here? Just save and see if the error goes away. Oh, preload file does not exist. Great. I like that it gives me those kinds of errors. It's annoying, but at least if something's wrong, I know. Like, it tells me as quickly as possible that something's wrong. That's respectable. Alright, so we're going to create that file at a later date. First thing I need to do is person sprite is called under start. Yeah, we're going to have a start. Oops. Okay, we don't have any arguments for it, so we're going to pass for now. Add enemy. Equals templates enemy dot instantiate. Build a new one. To do change properties. We're going to change the image it comes from for one thing. Add child sprite return sprite. I think that's reasonable. And it's going to be a rigid body, probably. I need a collision box, I think. Well, maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. Maybe, yeah. Maybe the collision box is not going to have anything to do with this. Because this is just going to be the full-size enemy. Okay. What I might do is sprite.hide. Right, because we don't need it to show up yet. Okay. And also, I'm going to want a function, or I'm going to want a template here called. Oh, we'll handle that later. Okay, so new person. Okay, so I don't think I need any more right now from that. Well, I suppose I probably should leave it up. Game options is a 2D scene. Let's leave that alone for now. Well, let's... We are going to save that to source control, but the first thing we're going to do is scene, new scene, 2D scene, and actually, no, that's not what I want. Other note. It is going to be two-dimensional though. I honestly wanted to show something without having a collision box because I'm not going to make this collide with things. Canvas group. Oops. Delete. Oh, maybe I just do a sprite. Yeah, just a sprite. Okay, so we're going to call this enemy. We're going to save it under. There's supposed to be another folder there. What happened to it? Make dir scenes. I think I added it somewhere else. Templates. Oh, I didn't add the folder at all. Right. You know what? I should save the scripts with the scenes, to be honest, to be quite frank, because it's getting a little bit unwieldy to have them separate. Okay, so the enemy is going to be... How is it going to be? Texture. New viewport texture, quick load, da 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 da. Offset, centered, fine. Animation. Region. What's this? If true, texture is cut from a larger atlas texture. Oh, I don't care about that. If true, the outermost pixel gets blurred out. Filter clip enabled. Probably a good thing, but I'm gonna leave it alone. Transform. I mean, I don't really want to just set the scale. I want to set the size. I definitely want to maintain aspect ratio. I don't see a way to do that. Oops. So right here, what we have, these are the properties of sprites, sprite 2Ds. Every sprite 2D inherits from a node, which inherits from canvas items. So these are all the different things that are available. I don't think size is going to be available here, right? Texture. So I guess I'll have to deal with the aspect ratio stuff myself. Okay. Okay. There's not really anything else to do that I can see. These are settings we need to have. Well, to be completely candid, I don't see anything here to add to an enemy, but I bet I'll come up with something later. I might come up with multiple layers or something, so I think it's still worth having. And plus, we're going to have a script attached to it. I think it's still worthwhile. Asset.lib script. There it is. Why are we searching the help? I don't know. "2D enemy." Well, that file exists now, so why is it still complaining? Oh, good. Okay, I figured it out. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do when we add the enemy, hide the sprite. Ops. Sprite dot we're not going to be able to control the aspect ratio, so let's add that here. Func stretch to bounds. So we want to have, here's the size, which is vector 2, 2i, and then we want to stretch to bounds. We want to maintain aspect ratio. Stretch. Stretch coordinates to the given bounds, maintaining. I wonder if that has any documentation that shows up. Okay, let's get rid of this problem for now. Okay, so this is actually a really simple calculation to do. First of all, we take the size and we find the maximum coordinate. Or, no, that's not quite it. Because we don't necessarily know the bounds of either. So we want to find the one that's furthest away. And I want to get something to work out mathematically, no matter whether the width is bigger than the height, or the size is bigger or smaller than the bounds. So that's two levels of, like, that's two different dimensions, which means 4 different possibilities to consider. I think we can do it mathematically so that they're all the same, though. So, what are we going to call this? fitment equals bounds minus size ABS. I was looking at the documentation recently. Apparently this is equal to some other... Anyway, whatever. Bounds minus size times... Or the ABS of the bounds minus the size. Okay, which one's further off is we want to figure out. So... It's actually misfitment, but whatever. If... var with fit equals true. Fit by width is true. If, and I know I'm going to get this calculation wrong in the beginning, but yeah. If fitment.x greater than fitment.y, I'm going to accept that it's going to be wrong. Fit by width equals false, and we're going to test it. Actually, I just realized a much easier way to do this. Less than or equal to. There we go. There. That's now a constant as far as I'm concerned. I think constants have to be compile time constants. Yeah, okay. I wish I could set it so that it's unchangeable, but that's not what constants for in this case. It's just a performance hack. It has little to do with safeguarding the programmer, I think. Fitment, fit by width. Yeah. Okay. So, if we're going to fit by width, we're going to use width as the primary dimension. It's probably the normal thing, I think. So what we want to do is change the width of the size to match the width of the bounds. And then we're going to take the height and do the corresponding transformation. So first we need the ratio. Scale is what it's called, actually. And again, I'm going to get this backwards at first, but that's okay. Size over bounds. Var result equals... Actually, size... Okay, hang on. Let's think it through. Scale equals 1. If fit by width. Wonder if I have ternaries available in this language. I bet it don't. If fit by width. Scale equals fit. No. Size dot x divided by bounds.x. Else scale equals size.y divided by bounds.y. Okay, great. Var result equals size times scale. Okay, now I need to debug this stuff because it's not going to be right. Can I set a breakpoint here? Can I make it conditional? I can't. I probably will need the breakpoint anyway. But yeah, we're gonna have to do a lot of debugging to get this right. But this should be roughly correct. I mean, I might need to switch the scale. Take the inverse of it, and I might have this part backward. This might need to go the other way. Maybe I need to subtract bounds from size instead of size from bounds, but roughly this is right. Right? I always forget the details of which was which way in the relationship. But yeah, this is roughly correct. So, okay, so what I want to do is if result.x is greater than bounds.x, or result.y greater than bounds.y. I don't need the parens. This is not JavaScript. Print too big. For bounds okay, whatever, that's close enough. If result.x not equal bounds.y and bounds.x and result.y not equal is, I'm getting confused, bounds.y. I don't need the parens. Print result too small. Let's take out the, well, you know what? Let's replace that with a colon. Works for me. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the algorithm and find out what is wrong and then correct it. That's what's going to happen. Okay. Now, we have the image already. We're going to assume, are we? No, we're not. Var image equals get random enemy art. Okay. Let's just call it get enemy art. We don't care that it's random at this level of detail. We're just getting the enemy art. Get the enemy rat. This is higher level. Seems like that doc text isn't really working the way I thought it might. Okay, so get enemy art. Sprites, we're gonna hide it. Let's do that right away. Add it and hide it right away. I don't know if you can hide. I don't know if you can hide it before you add it. I don't know if that creates an error or not. Never tried. Alright, well, anyway, then we grab the art. Okay, what type of thing is this? Texture? Well, let's open that image thing again. Whoa, go back here. Enemy. So the sprite 2D has a texture. Viewport texture, canvas texture, placeholder texture, add. Texture. Texture rect is a control that displays the texture. Let's just say texture. Image is a texture. Okay? Now, image dot, let's look at the documentation here. Texture is a base class for all texture types. Texture 2D. Image texture is probably right. Texture 2D is based on an image. What? We're looking at texture 2D. We're looking at image texture. Oh, it inherits texture 2D, which inherits texture. It's the base class. We're not seeing any kind of methods or anything. Texture 2D. Texture 2D based on an image. A texture works by registering an image in the video hardware. This is going to have all the cool methods and stuff. Methods. Get height. Get width. Get width and height. I mean, I guess I can do this separately, yeah. I don't understand why I can't just get the height and width together. Get size. That's it. Get size. Get size. Okay, var. Actually, you know what? Kind of sort of want to put this under main, but yeah, let's do that. It's worth the effort. A little bit of boilerplate, but hey. Vector 2i. That's just number of pixels. Okay. That's actually a vector 2. Texture size in pixels, it's not a 2i. I think I'll stick to the same actually. It's not an integer vector. Should work the same way though, really shouldn't matter. Okay. Max enemy size. Okay, we got that set up. We don't need to pass anymore because we're setting a thing. Get enemy art. We need to set this up in the main later. Get enemy art. Yeah. Size is image.getSize. To be honest with you, this should probably belong here. Var image. Let's move this stuff down a level. We'll learn how to rescale it. Equals download stuff. Okay. Size equals, okay. Equals stretch to bounds image.getSize. Bounds are going to be max enemy size. Okay, that works fine. Great. Image.scale. I have a feeling I'm going to have to pass a scalar in to scale it. What does that do? Set size override. Resizes the texture to the specified dimensions. It's a vector 2i. Oh, that's interesting. Can I search this? Cool, I like this. Okay. Set size override. Nothing that really mentions size. If you want to update the image but don't need to change its parameters, use update for better performance. Instead of set image, okay. Size override. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Script. Here we go. Set size override to size dot floor. Oops. Yeah, we're just gonna floor it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have that handled by this application. There. I'm gonna handle that level. We're gonna call this a vector2i. The wrong spot. Don't know why we can't set the return type there, but oops. So here we don't need to do anything to the image, we just need to attach it to the sprite. Okay. Sprite dot texture equals image. Does that work? It does. Now we just need to download it. Okay. Do I want to download it in real time? Probably not, but I'm going to do that in the beginning. Okay, stretch to bounds. Before I forget though, that has a big error message just going to let us know I need to actually use the start functionality. Let's go back to game objects. Wait. This should probably be set somewhere else too. You know what? Let's export it from here for now and we will later set them all up together. For now, let's just do it here. Oh, I can't scroll because there's nothing to scroll. Okay, cool. I'm not seeing that. Oh, it's because there's an error. Fair enough. Leave it alone. Max enemy size. I don't have to erase this. It'll be fine. Just do that later when we care. Stretch to bounds. Get enemy art. Fuck. Export var search param. Search text. Oops. String. Okay. Let's quickly get rid of the error. Script. I'm not seeing it. Worked for player. Why is it not working? Node. Scene. Open scene. Player. See, it's working here. Right? Speed. Player.gd speed. What happened? I think maybe the script's not assigned or something. Okay. We do have the script there. It looks like it's using the same kind of format to add it, so I'm not really seeing anything special about it that's wrong. Other than... Oh no, that's fine. Detach the script from the selected node. I have multiple theories as to why this isn't working. Oh, it's because of this problem right here. Here it is. Okay, I think we're getting there. Just get rid of all the errors and then see if it's working. Ah, here we go. Max enemy size and search text. Let's put those in a different order. Okay. Enemy search text. Lobsters. Maximum enemy size is going to be 64 square. Let's be a little more generous. 100 by 100. It can be square if it wants, but it probably won't be. Okay, so that's working now. Great. Here's what I want to do. Let's see if DuckDuckGo has an API real quick. All settings. Other resources. Help, maybe. API. You know, I just realized they might not be happy with me using their search if I'm not showing the ads. I'm not sure this is going to be completely legit then. Yeah. Don't include our search results in any sort of frame that makes our site embedded within another web application, with a notable exception of browser integration. Yeah, interesting. We don't have the rights to allow framing based on how we generate our search results. That's a shame. I can't legally do what I want to do. I just realized. Why did I have to go find that out? This doesn't give any information. Well, Bing. Get the results from Bing, so they can't do stuff. Which, fair enough. They did have to get some results from somewhere. Advertising, businesses, settings? Terms, maybe. Google Search API. Do they even provide one? $100 searches per day for free. If you need more, you can sign up for billing. $5 per 1,000 queries. Up to 10 queries per day. 10,000 divided by 1,000 times 5. It's $50 a day. 1,000 queries. That's big enough. I mean, it looks legit. I feel like if there were any licensing problems, they'd tell me here. Or maybe here. See, this worries me, because I think all I really want is the results. But it gives me that, okay, great. Get a key. I probably already have one, but hey. Past projects. The service is programmable search engine. Same thing twice. Embed. Interesting. Developer credentials may not be embedded in open source projects. That's a legal concern for them. I guess that makes sense. How did DuckDuckGo phrase it? Frame. Frame. They don't use that language. Read that again. Please don't include in any sort of frame embedded. Application. API is designed to help you enhance your applications. You agree that Google may monitor your use of the APIs. Well, I'd rather use DuckDuckGo, but I understand they have a partnership with Bing and they can't do certain things. Okay, I'll have to give a warning to people. Hey, you're using Google. Google's going to track your search. Show key. Prove your app security. Restrict this key's usage in the app console. Done. I don't care to do all that. I just showed you guys the key, so I'll have to regenerate it. Anyway, for now we have it. The music went away. Let's fix that before we move on. You know what? I actually ended up listening to some stuff that wasn't from your search. There we go. Let's play the same thing again. It was fine. Templates. Yeah, we're going to end up having to change this. Const API key equals. You know what? That should be a resource that we pull in, actually. I think we can do that. Oops. Guess that's an asset. Ignore everything in this folder, including the git ignore. That's not what I want. Perfect. So, okay. This is gonna be, I'll have to change this later. Be a lot of templates. Var API key equals come on. Preload res assets API key. API keys. Has no resource loaders, unrecognized file extension. We'll make it JSON. You know what? That works great. Dot data, I think. Yep, just grab the data right there. It's a string, so hey. Okay. Okay. Enemy art. Okay, so now, going back to using this, first need to create and configure your search engine. If you've not already created a program search engine. Okay. Add. H for inquiry, I for I. Oops. What's this called again? Savage key. Search the entire web. Image search. Safe search. For now, at least. Still not a robot. I don't care what you guys searched for. Copy the following code and paste it in your site's body section where you want the search box. Well, I don't want a search box. Search settings, fine. Custom search JSON API. Know the daily limit, but it's restricted. Well, this first one's fine. Okay, I've done that step, and now I'm... Let's go back here. Okay, key. Okay. This is the overview, and that's the introduction. Okay, they're right beside each other. Intro, let's just say using rest, because I think right now they're just, yeah. Okay, let's try this. wget. Let's get to a temp directory. wget. v1 parameters key equals duh and cx equals, let's just do this way, cx equals, that's no, there's my cx right there. Aha, I knew they included that URL. Not what I wanted from life. Pasted from the wrong paste buffer. And okay, so key equals cat home proj Godot savage key assets API keys Google. I need to get rid of the quote. No, I don't need to get rid of the quotes. It'll be fine. Codes will be fine. And q equals kittens. Oh. Bad request, it says. Yeah, it's because of the quotes. Bash, remove quotes from... Remove quotes from file contents. Oh, yeah, I know how to do it. I just learned a second way. To tr delete quotes. Okay, that's looking promising. Okay. This is the search URL I want. Why is output file the log file? I don't care about the log file. You know what? I don't actually care about that. Get rid of that. I'll rename it personally. Should use curl. I'm not familiar with curl, which is why I didn't. Okay. Great. Google custom search kittens. Fine. Queries. There's only one query. Okay. Context. Savage key. Okay, fine. Search information. Total results. Lots. Okay. Items. Oh, formatted total results. That's nice. So you can just put that in your document without having to do any formatting yourself. Items. Here's one item. Title. 20 minutes of adorable kittens. 20 minutes of adorable kittens. I love that. Okay. HTML title. 20 minutes of adorable kittens. Link. YouTube display link. YouTube snippet. HTML snippet. Formatted page map. CSE image. What's that? Let's take a look at this. That's fine. Yes, okay. What about this? But it's a smaller version of it, isn't it? Yes, it is. We're just going to use the CSE image. Content search engine image. Content search engine thumbnail. Okay, I'm starting to get the lingo. Okay, I can use this. Great. Okay. Okay. We're gonna do the search results once. We want to respect their API and not overload it. Let's look up that. It's not what I want. Cool. It's just going to be a variant then. We just have to look at the template that Google gave us to figure it all out. So I don't want to do this there. I am going to do it here on Ready, actually. I'm going to do here. Okay. Great. Great. We're going to do this as a separate function just because we're going to have to separate it later. Func download search results. Gosh. Later on, we're going to want to kick this off and then have it like a. Yeah, we're going to have to do it asynchronously. Okay, so how do I do web stuff? HTTP client dot. Oops. Lookup symbol. Low level. Okay, well, I don't want low level. See this for a higher level. HTTP request. Example of a REST API imprinting one of its returned fields. Let's open online docs just so we can see it separately. New tab. Always on top. Okay. Okay. This is not that. Well, let's just look through it then. Why use HTTP? Are you serious? Not suited for real-time communication. Not a great way to send a lot of small updates. Yeah, okay, so we're going to use like UDP or TCP for that. This looks more complicated than what I saw over here. Yeah, this looks a little bit more intelligible. Okay, so whatever. There. Okay. Game objects. Okay. Add child, really? Oh. Oh, great, it automatically does the thing. It's exactly what I wanted. Start. Nope, it didn't start. Start search. Start search. Completed dot connect self dot. Oh, that's unnecessary. Don't have to type that. Func on search results. One search results downloaded pass. Okay. From a GET request, the URL returns JSON as of writing. Okay. How's it gonna know right away if there's an error? Whatever. Request. Func get search URL. Okay, let's bring up that no changes, please. wget link. Got it up on the other tab there. googleapis.com, custom search. v1, I'm surprised it's a v1, cx equals. I should put up API details. Well, no, the CX is going to be, it's going to be basically public knowledge. Because it's part of the search form. When you put that on a website, this is going to be public knowledge. There's no reason to hide that. Control Z. Whatever I just did is wrong. %S and key equals %S and Q equals %S. Let's open a new page here. String formatting. How do you do that? Format strings, but formats a string by replacing that with that. Okay. Dot format. Okay. Turn s.format. There we go. Query. Okay. Okay, CX. Okay. Key. Query. Oops. Equals enemy search text. So far, so good. Why is that not working? Too many arguments for format call. Oh, it takes one argument. Strange. It's not variadic. That's variadic. That's why. Fair enough. Okay. So we go back to the request. We do the request and we check for error. I don't know why that makes sense to do now when completing the request is asynchronous. Because you have to complete the request to get the error. Sometimes anyway. Like sometimes the error comes late in the game. Oh well. Push error? What's push error do? I'd like to find out later. Actually, let's find out now. Push error. I'm not seeing it. Maybe it's convention? Oh no, it's a real thing. Lookup symbol. It'll be here. Told ya. Pushes an error message to the built-in debugger in the OS terminal. Does not pause a project. What does print do then, by comparison? Yeah, okay, push air is better for this. Great, glad to know. That was a nice quick detour. Body. Form a post request, I don't care. Call when the request is completed. Okay, so here's this bit. Start search on search results. Var JSON equals JSON.new, fine. Oh, I'm using this to, oh, I have to create a JSON instance. That's different. Oh, I see. Body dot, oh. Result, response, code, headers. Oh, awkward. Body. Body dot get string from UTF-8. Okay. Var data equals JSON.get data. Okay, so now let's look at that file again. Get.json. Okay, we want to look under queries, I think. No, items. I'm just going to keep all the data for now and we'll sort through it later. Image results. Data.items. I think that'll work. Okay, great. Okay. And we can pick one at random pretty easily. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Great. We get a lot done there. Download stuff is... Okay, so... Oh. Get enemy art. ID. Randi range 0. Image results dot size -1. Okay, great. Oops. Great. Here's what I'm gonna do. URL equals image results ID dot. So here we have the, lost it. There it is, items. And here's the first one. The wrap, okay, great. We want to grab the CSE image, which is inside the page map. Kind title, link, display link snippet, HTML snippet, cache ID, formatted URL. Yeah, we need the page map. Okay, so page map dot CSV image. Zero dot source. Okay, just grab the first one, whatever it is. Eesh. Hopefully that always works, because that's pretty brittle there. Now we'll see if there's a shortcut for this. Download an image texture. Here we go. Image.load from. Load. From file. Well, I think I can load it from a buffer, right? Load SVG from string. Loads an image from file path. See supported image formats. They're using the file extension to choose the type of image, which is annoying. Following image formats, okay. Okay. Okay, so we're not going to have the image right away, actually. That makes me sad. One enemy image downloaded. Look a lot like this one. Here's what I want to know. The get enemy art thing, is there a way that we can make this happen? Yeah, we can do this stuff later. Okay. Okay. Should move this stuff here, image stuff. Well, shucks. Apo, that's in the way. We have to change everything from here down. Okay. We don't worry about the image here. We're worried about it here. Load from file, nope. It's not it. That's it. Well, look, what's the file type of the first one we looked at? JPEG. I bet most of them be JPEGs, but this one is a who knows what? PNG. JPEG. PNG. OG image. Let's take a look at this image here. There. I didn't want to inspect that actually. How do we get more information about the image? I guess inspector might do it. What kind of image is it? Response code. We'll just pretend everything's a JPEG for now. We'll simplify the coding and then we will deal with that problem later. Loads an image from the binary contents of a JPEG file. File, buffer. Load from string. From file, from buffer. That's the only one with a from string method, so the rest of it's a buffer. Packed byte array. I have to wonder if the body is a packed byte array that we're getting. I don't see a particular way to know that. Image. Great, image. I highly recommend doing it. Result, response code, headers, body. Okay, image.load. They're just picking one at random. Buffer, body. So the body's already a buffer. I don't know why we have double quotes there, but okay. Error not equal. Okay. I don't need those. Failed to parse JPEG image. That'll clue me in. If result not equal HTTP request dot result success, push error, request failed, image download request failed. How about headers dot result dot, oh, that's the status code. At least include the response. Get past the error. Nothing I can do about it if we get an error, so let's return in that case. They're not returning, so I wonder if push error does something weird with the stack or something. We'll see. Image texture dot create from image. Display the image in a texture rect node. Makes me think maybe I need one of those, but I will deal with that later. Return texture. Nope, that's not what we're doing. Are there any image properties I can use here to do things? Can I set things? Get height as is. Set pixel? No, there's not really much I can do. Okay. Now then. Unfortunately, we're forced to do all this stuff in the same spot because how it works. I guess a wait would work fine, but we're not going to deal with that right now. Stretch to bounds. If we copied in the enemy art thing. Oh, you know what? I don't have access to the enemy right now. Back up here. Start search. Actually do the thing. New request. I love how it's a node. Result. Response code, headers. ID. How about that? Hopefully I can pass the ID in. Let's add texture. do an array of images. Empty array. Download image. If image cache ID not equal null, add enemy art for this ID. ID, yeah. Forget about the texture stuff here. Image cache. We don't have the ID here. Oh yeah, we do. Enemy ID. Hopefully we have that. Equals image. Okay. Suppose I could make it the body too. Yeah, let's do that. Just copy that body in. JPEG from buffer. Go. Packed byte array. I like that better. The image object, as far as I know, might be transient. So texture equals image dot nope equals image texture dot create from image image. Add enemy art, enemy ID. Okay. Okay. Over the size. Image cache. We're also going to need enemies. Array of node. That much I know for sure. Yeah, let's just say array of node. That might not actually work out for me, but anyway, let's find out. Let's just say sprite 2D. Here we go. Enemies. We need the ID to come in sooner. We add the sprite. Perfect. Return the sprite in case somebody wants it. This isn't going to work. Download image enemy ID. Add enemy art. It's going to come here. Enemies ID dot Okay, let's go back. We're on a roll here. This is not the right one. Savage key, there we go. Enemy. It's called texture. That's the texture property. Okay. Let's do a couple of things. Enemy, sprite 2D. I want some type checking. Var inch data. Okay. Let's get our type checking now. Exactly. That's what I wanted right there. I misspelled it. Okay. Great. Enemy.hasArt equals true. Oops. We'll use that as a condition to check whether or not we should show it. Okay. Maybe we should send a signal. Anyway. Not doing that right now. Yeah, we should probably add a signal on that. But I've done too much without committing. I feel like I got a lot done. Adding enemies with downloadable art. We are going to need a signal, actually. Attach script. Whoa. Oh yeah, it's here. Signal. Art loaded. Perfect. Instead of that, enemy.emit. Oh. Does that work? Yeah, I don't know. This stuff I suppose I could put on the enemy directly. Probably should, to be quite honest with you. Make more sense that way, wouldn't it? Well, no, it's better we because the enemy is going to be phased in and out. It's going to be a lightweight object. It's not going to store stuff for very long. So, what I need to do is when we add the enemy, func on enemy loaded. Enemies ID dot show. Okay. Start downloading the image, and then we do sprite dot art loaded dot connect enemy loaded ID. Hopefully that works. Why is it not working? Oh. Okay. Great. So when it loads, we show it. This is really getting complicated for what I thought would be a simple concept. Probably about time to quit today, but what I do want to do is at least show the scene. So let's close that out. Good. Game objects. Oh, we need to add a position for it. Position. Okey-dokes. Okay, well, there we go. Switched out my audio. Didn't realize it was wrong. Ugh. Matter of fact. Whatever. Things are broken. Has. We'll just use has. Download image. Where's the ID chosen? Okay, right here, get enemy art. Well, this is interesting because I can't use all the results. I think what I should do instead of this is when I download the results, I should filter them. On. On search results downloaded before. Yeah, okay. For if oh geez. Okay. But I just realized I want to do this. Range. Data items at size. There we go. -1, I think. I'll just do that. Item range. Okay, so here's what I need to do. I need to pull out. I need to get rid of the images that don't have. I need to get rid of the search results that don't have an image, because I just don't care about those. Okay. If get image URL item, if null equals, again, I don't need the parentheses. What I want to do is data. Actually, I should do a while loop. While that's true. Data key. Data items key. Okay. Data items key. How do I delete something? Erase. Actually, that's probably not a dictionary, it's probably an array. Remove at. Remove an element from an array by index. If index does not exist, nothing happens. It doesn't return a modified array. All the elements placed after the root element have to be re-indexed. That's what I want. Great. Dot remove at key. There we go. Perfect. I think that's going to do me right. Okay. Remove elements that we can't use, that lack the data we need before saving. Okay, so get image URL. Move that down here. Ugh. Great. If not, page map.has CSV image, return null. Return page map.csv image 0.source. Oh, whoops. Data. See how that runs. That's there, but it's not showing up. Okay, that's fine. Invalid get index 8 on base array. Well, it's good to know it's an array. I think we need to do size -1. It's doing the same thing. This is not needed. We're not using that. Got rid of one warning, yay. Oh, I get it. I need a different kind of for loop. Let me just do it this way. Equals 0. While key is less than data items. Var items equals data items. Okay. Well, the key is less than the size. So far, so good. Let's take a look at this. Nope. Nothing's showing up right now. Let's go through the different stages. One search result, that seems to be functioning fine. Add enemy. Here we're going to download an image and connect this. One enemy loaded. Download image. One downloaded. Connect here. One enemy loaded. Let's show all that. Breakpoints in all these places. It's just taking a while to do it. Maybe I hit the limit. We're doing the same request over and over again. Maybe I should have stashed the request. Here's an idea. Image results. On search results downloaded. HTTP quest.success is response code. Headers body needs to be preload. It needs to be relative to here, so I'm just going to create a symlink real quick. Temp search dot JSON. That's this. Okay. Temp search kittens. Res temp search.json. Here it is. Okay. Search results downloaded. What does it actually use? Enemy ID, it needs to have that. No, that's not the same function. Search results downloaded right here. Result response code headers. I don't think it uses result at all. Response code, we're also not using headers we don't care about. Yeah, so I can just pass null for all of those, I think. I mean, we should care about some of these, but currently we're not. Unused parameter. Unused variable. URL is unused. Ah. Right, we didn't finish this. Rec.start. We never finished that. Okay, so it was never going to load. That explains part of why it didn't load. There we go. Okay. Forgot to do that step. Definitely an important step. We still need this part. Now for the start function. Start search. Okay, fine. Return. Skip all that stuff. Unreachable code, I'm fine with that. It is unreachable, it shouldn't stay unreachable. Unused parameter. Headers is never used. Down to one warning, which is something I definitely need to change. So I like that. Non-existent function get string from UTF-8 in base JSON. Okay. I know what I did wrong. I do JSON.to. Just go look at the list of classes. That's the easiest way to navigate. Search functionality is crap. Okay, so JSON enables all data types to be converted to and from a JSON string. Stringify is not really what I want. I want to. Okay. I want to serialize it to. That was my only option. Where's that being called? Here it is. Okay, so JSON.stringify. I don't understand why it takes a value. That confuses me. Well, let's just fix that here. Okay, I think it's gonna work. Packed byte array. Okay, let's go back again. Packed byte array from string. Constructors. Another packed byte array or an array? Two byte array, that's it. Okay. Okay. Var byte array equals packed string array, boom, dot, 2-byte array. Uh-huh. See how that does. Ugh. Oh, because we got data. That's it. I don't understand why we have to pass this information to it when it already has it. Right, we need an array, even if we're passing only one. Invalid get items on base nil. Okay, it's time for me to quit. There's one more thing I'll try before I quit. Start search. Let's get rid of this madness that didn't work, even for kludge for testing. Get rid of that kludge and see if the request will actually go through. Let's set a breakpoint right here. See what happens. Okay, we're getting this far. Oops, getting this far. Sorry, I'm hitting the mic a lot. What I would like to do is run one step. Step into, step over, F10. Continue. Okay. There's never a point here where we're setting the key to increase. That's our first mistake. That explains why it hung. It wasn't Google doing anything to me, it was me doing that to me. Really? Items. I wish I could type stuff in. Be really nice. Oh, well, this is something. Key is 0. Oh, okay, so we can go down through this stuff, actually. It's just tedious. We can do it. Page map, meta text. Okay, this is an example of one that doesn't have it. That makes sense. Now that should change, though. What should change? Array size 10 should change. Array size 9. Yep. Items 0. Whatever. Page. Page map. This one has it. So this time it works. Okay, great. I think I'm reasonably confident to continue. Play. Oh, whoops, that's not what I wanted. Eesh. I think I'm reasonably confident to continue. F12. Add enemy. 12? Okay, F10. 10. Why are we here again? Why are we here again? How many places is this referenced? Let's start with that. 1, 2. Yeah, this is the wrong thing to have here. Download image. This is what should be there. Knew something was fishy. Let's start that again. F12. F12. Okay, this is looking good so far. Error calling deferred method on enemy download image. Method expected 5 arguments, but called with 4. Ugh. We need the ID. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need the ID. How do you expect us to... I guess this has to live on... This has to live on the enemy. Okay, so I'm kind of feeling like continuing at this point. Jeez, I thought this would be easier. Really, it's just a bunch of HTML stuff bogging us down. All right, but I got a jet.